A little bit about what happened in D.C. yesterday. There was this big rally put on by comedians, which many people unfortunately think are news people. Jon Stewart and what's the other guy's name? Oh, yeah, Stephen Colbert. Those two had, did they call it the insanity something or another?
Restore sanity.
Oh, restore sanity, not insanity.
Yeah.
Anyway, look at all the people that showed up.
Sure. And, you know, we've heard some various estimates of how many people were there. It was supposed to not be about politics, but there were a few political overtones, and there were some signs out in the crowd that seemed kind of crazy. Mainly they beat up on the right. Nonetheless, here's Jon Stewart yesterday. Toward the end, he actually got serious and tried to stir up the crowd to vote.
If we amplify everything, we hear nothing. There are terrorists and racists and Stalinists and theocrats. But those are titles that must be earned. You must have the resume. Not being able to distinguish between real racists and Tea Partiers, or real bigots and Juan Williams or Rick Sanchez is an insult.
Yeah, that got political, and he looks fancy in his suit, like he actually is a real news person.
But you know what helped was a huge help. Number one, they're popular. Number two is Oprah. Oprah sent a whole bunch of people there by buses. And what's
the president was encouraging people to go.
The president, you're right, guys. And the Huffington Post sent buses of people from New York down to Washington.
I think they bust down 10,000 people to be there.
That is an incredible boost, I would say.
Sure. Of course, it was supposed to be, look, they're comedians, and so it had to be funny, and it was about restoring sanity and against fear, you know, pushing back at the big political rallies of the past year or so. Anyway, here's a little give and take betwixt Stewart and Colbert.
You're just creating boogeymen.
Boogeymen where?
No, Stephen, there are no boogeymen. FDR once said, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Yes, but just 12 years later, he was dead. I prefer President Nixon, who said, people react to fear, not love. They don't teach that in Sunday school, but it's true.
All right, so then somebody who was there, Steven Crowder, he was a Fox News contributor, and he ended up on the Geraldo show last night. Here's what he had to say about his perception of the kind of people who came to this rally, at least some of them, and some of the signs that they brought.
I definitely would say there were more pockets of animosity here than at any Tea Party. I had one gentleman actually, ironically enough, smack my camera out of my hand and grab my arm because I didn't have my Canadian passport. There were some people actually circling the Fox News van, saying to blow up the Fox News van. I have this all on tape. If this is designed to restore sanity, it's based on a divisive concept of referring to essentially all Tea Partiers as insane. That's really what they're saying. So you got a lot of that, a lot of vulgar signs, you know, calling them teabaggers.
And stuff like that.
Right, but again, no, we didn't see any violence, and they did get a big crowd. I thought there was a lot of entertainment there. If you bring a band, you got to get a big crowd. Ask John Kerry.
Sure. Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen went everywhere. None of those people who love Bruce Springsteen, they didn't vote for John Kerry. Here's an example of some of the big names that went out there. I couldn't believe this. Cat Stevens, he's got a new name now.
Yeah, Yusuf Islam.
Right, he's not using Prince, even though he's the name formerly known as Cat Stevens. He had a little debate with Ozzy Osbourne. Watch how this played out.
Train. That is not right. That is not right. I'm not comfortable on that train. Yusuf, please. Peace train. Please, Yusuf.
Get your bags together. Go bring your friends too. 'Cause it's getting nearer. Soon we'll be with you.
So it was a collision between the peace train and the crazy train.
Yes.
Although some people are saying, why would they invite the former Cat Stevens there, considering the fact that he was involved in that fatwa against Salman Rushdie for years?
Yes, he was. I didn't even know he was around and available.
What's that about? Anyway.